Today we're talking about some of the updates around the Jonathan Majors trial. A 10-year-old boy was arrested for urinating in public, and Twitch is freeing the Bobs. What's up, internet? But before we start, be sure to be subscribed so you never miss an update or one of our daily short-form Insight Bites, where we turn a news article into a comic for your consumption. Now, let's get right into it.
In today's first segment, we're discussing the trial of Jonathan Majors, known for his roles in Marvel films. The trial has reached a crucial stage with the closing arguments in New York.
Alright, so Jonathan Majors, the MCU's Kang, has been in the hot seat for a bit of time now, and things are finally starting to heat up. His lawyer, Priya Chahidri, is pulling out the usual tricks, emotionally appealing to the jury to see Major's side of the story. It would appear that challenging the credibility of the accuser, Grace Jabari, and painting a picture of Majors as the real victim is the defense they're planning on going with. And as of now, the prosecution doesn't appear to be buying the narrative, laying out a pattern of behaviors they claim that shows Majors in a not-so-heroic light. I mean, there was that time where he, beat up Ant-Man, and then...
Never been great at that.
And then beat up Loki, and then...
See you soon.
I'm talking about Kang. Because he's Kang. Presenting text messages, audio recordings, the whole shebang. While Major's team has presented a witness, there are accusations of biases due to the witness being Major's driver. You know, a paid employee. So... a little biased. Let's be real. It'll be interesting to see if the trial blows up to Depp Heard proportions. I'm not quite sure it will because don't think I know Miss Jabari. Is she an actress? Model? Anyways, I don't think she's as big of a name, so it's unlikely, but you know, MCU stuff. Speaking of MCU stuff, it's super obvious this is gonna have massive ramifications on how the MCU is gonna move forward. It's already being reported that they're considering moving away from the Kang storyline and introducing a new bad. I would be okay with Doctor Doom, but at the same time, I already have stuff invested. Priorities? I guess buckle up because I'm sure the celebrity genre is gonna hit the headlines even harder than it already has.
Next, we're discussing the case of Quantavious Eason, a 10-year-old boy from Mississippi. Eason was placed on probation and ordered to write a book report on Kobe Bryant after being arrested for urinating in a parking lot.
Okay, so imagine you're 10 years old in a parking lot and nature calls. Bathroom? Not a one in sight. So you do what you gotta do. Right? Well, for young Quantavious, this nature call turned into a national headline. The kid got nabbed up and taken to the station by the cops for taking a leak. Can anyone honestly tell me that this is the best use of our police resources? No, if you're arguing in good faith, there is literally zero chance you can tell me that this is. It turns out that the officer who made the arrest got fired for not following policy. Sounds like someone skipped a chapter on common sense in the police manual. At this point, I'm starting to wonder if it's even in there. Now, the court did place Quantavious on probation for the incident and ordered him to write an essay on one of his heroes. Reportedly, it's gonna be Kobe Bryant. But this isn't just about a boy and his bladder dilemma. It's another glimpse of how our system treats juveniles, especially in communities of color. The boy's lawyer, Carlos Moore, has been pointing out the racial undertones. You know, things like, would this have gone down the same way if Quantavious wasn't black? That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And let's not forget about the impact on the kid. Why would he ever trust cops now? And who can blame him? This could have been a teachable moment, but instead it's turned into a traumatic experience. It's a classic case of making a mountain out of a molehill. On the bright side, the incident has sparked conversation about how we handle minor offenses in the juvenile system. It's a chance to reevaluate our policies and ensure that they're fair and sensible. It's a big one. Sensible. Some things don't seem to make sense anymore. Plus, Quantavious won't have this incident on his record, so silver lining, I guess. However, the negatives are just too hard to ignore. Are we okay with the psychological impact we keep inflicting on young children who face such harsh reactions for minor missteps? I don't think we are. So what should we do about it? How do we make a big enough example out of the numbnut who arrested Quantavious? I don't know. Anyone got any suggestions?
Last on the docket, we're discussing Twitch's new guidelines on adult-themed content. The platform will now allow for artistic depictions of nudity, provided they are labeled with a sexual themes tag. This move aims to clarify the boundaries of types of content on Twitch.
Well, Twitch viewers, brace yourselves for a bit of a shakeup in your streaming universe. Twitch is rolling out the red carpet for more risque content. We're talking artistic nudity, folks. So if you're into digital figure drawing or animated autonomy lessons, you're in luck. Twitch is also giving the green light to content that's a bit more, let's say, titillating. Think erotic dances and a bit of strategic body writing. But don't expect your favorite video games to turn into the red light district. I mean, at least not yet.
Let's find somewhere nice and dark.
Twitch is keeping a tight leash on nudity and sexual content in gaming, so no turning your RPGs into an R-rated adventure. Again, just yet. Why the changes, you ask? Well, Twitch got an earful about their old rules being clear as mud. They're trying to make things more straightforward for streamers and viewers alike. And let's not forget the ladies at Twitch who have had a rough time with the old sexually suggestive content policy. It's time for a little change in the streaming world. Free the bobs, I say. Free them, ladies.
Shit, right? Like the water pulls down my fabric. I just wanted a towel.
This could be a win for artistic freedom and expression on the platform. It allows creators to explore more mature themes without fears of unjust penalties, potentially leading to more diverse and creative content. Or it's just gonna be a way for Amazon to milk some of the OnlyFans money, which, having said that out loud, I'm gonna say that's probably what's going on. However, there's always a flip side. These changes could blur the lines on what's acceptable, leading to controversies and challenges in moderating the new field of content. In other words, ads. Advertisements, people. Are ads gonna be popping up next to boobs all the time now? I mean, I know sex sells, but does everything have to become porn now? I guess it is what it is. And on that note, we're gonna call it for the day. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on any of today's topics. And with that, have a great weekend, stay weird, stay safe, and I will see you next time.